A bike lane in Portland getting a lot of pushback from several cyclists. They say it's crucial for their safety.
And this also is the second bike lane that the city's Transportation Bureau is planning to take out. Brandon Thompson here after asking the agency some tough questions about this, Brandon.
Yeah, and PBOT says those two bike lane removals are unrelated, but cyclists tell me they don't believe that. Cyclists met PBOT's contractor on Northeast 33rd and Holman this morning as crews were working to scrape up the paint for the bike lane off the street. PBOT says the bike lane never should have been put there in the first place, calling it a, quote, internal error. For Christopher Hale and his family,
we bike our kids exclusively to and from school. I bike exclusively to and from the hospital every single day.
Cycling is how they get around Portland. He and other cyclists are fighting the removal of this bike lane on Northeast 33rd from Holman to Columbia Boulevard.
People whose lives are made safer by riding a bike are here to protest this removal.
One of the white lines in this bike lane was already removed when cyclists got here this morning. When PBOT crews tried to remove the rest, they got in their way to stop them.
So they want to use our taxpayer money to remove a bike lane right now that has already gone in.
PBOT says it's going to cost $25,000 to remove the bike lane after installing it during a $1.5 million repaving project on 33rd in the beginning of October. But PBOT admits the agency conducted no public engagement over the bike lane itself, and now neighbors are concerned about parking and accessibility. But Johnson says the bike lane was a part of PBOT's mobility plan for the area passed 2 years ago with rounds of public engagement.
This is very surprising. This is unprecedented.
This comes 1 month after plans to remove a bike lane on Broadway were made public. PBOT says the two are not related, but for cyclists, it's tough to square when PBOT faces a $32 million budget shortfall.
They are saying to City Council that they can't do basic maintenance. They can't maintain the roads. They're going to have to lay off PBOT employees, but for some reason they can spend extra money to actively remove infrastructure that is already in place.
So PBOT says they needed to conduct a separate public engagement process for the bike lane itself. We reached out to Commissioner Mapps's office, who is ahead of PBOT. He says they are pausing, his office says that they are pausing the removal of the bike lane from now. Now, PBOT says they have to look at the next steps now. That could mean removing the bike lane entirely. That could mean putting it back.
Yeah, and cyclists like them that you talked with, they've been fired up because the other removal was in downtown Portland recently.
Yeah, that's a popular bike lane too.
Yeah, Brandon, thank you.
Well, coming up, higher